Well, if you didn't know by the sound of that jingle bell,
jingle,
what we're going to be talking about today, you know, almost every Christmas movie has a damn jingle bell in it. So that just literally like.
No, but okay, wait. Ready? Let's redo this.
I like starting these shows hot. So go ahead.
Okay, ready? Do you hear anything?
It sounds like you're like grinding your teeth at night when you sleep.
Okay, you're supposed to say no.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, let's try this again. Take two.
Let's go. God, do I have the Christmas spirit in me?
Close your eyes.
Oh my God. There it is. Can you guys hear that?
Woo, woo.
If you didn't.
We don't need to pay anyone for sound effects. We got a budget over here.
Oh, God. Anyway, welcome, everyone. Welcome back to your jolly, exciting, fun,
tea time,
holiday spirit-filled pod show right here on the Gegghead Network /podcast. Anywhere you listen to podcast.
Pod show?
Pod show? Can we call it a pod show?
Is that what it is? Pod
hybrid.
Show?
It's a pod show. I'm Alex. She's Deana. She's drinking tea. She's been coughed on. So she's trying to get, as healthy as possible. I want to once again thank everyone for joining us here. That was pretty jolly. Deana, how have you been?
I'm good. I got my dog joining me. So if you see a dog walking by or tiptoeing, just hanging out. I freaked her out with the bell, though, I think. She's
what
like,
did
Santa?
you do?
Santa? I gotta go pull the sleigh.
The dog, by the way, knows who Santa is, so that's pretty dope. I'm not gonna like hate on that. That's pretty cool. Any reason why? Any specific tea that you're drinking right now?
Yes. Shout out to Earth Mama Organics. I've been with them for a very long time, mainly because they're all about clean beauty, clean ingredients. So why would you put something on your skin?
Ingredients are very, very in 2024/25 and hopefully into the future. So
I hope so. But it's elderberry immune boost tea. It's organic. It's a tardy fruit berry burst. Helps support healthy immune function. And this was the tree. This was the tea that I drank all throughout COVID because I was like, in 2020, I was pregnant. And then in 2021, I had my daughter and I drank this bad boy literally the whole time. And we were fueling away. We were good to go.
Well, you know what? I want to just start off the show just like you. We're giving shout outs to our good companies that we like to drink and keep us hydrated and happy. And I would like to give a shout out to a company that I've been working with and is sponsoring the show. And that, of course, is my damn freaking G Fuel. If you guys don't know, I've been drinking G Fuel now. Damn freaking G Fuel. Oh, can you see the can? There it is.
Yeah. What is on it? Oh, there we go. Better.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I got it. Miami, it says.
Yeah, it's Miami Nights. Miami Nights. It's delicious, by the way. And you guys know the holidays are a crazy time. Whether you're doing what we're doing here, watching films, classic films, uncovering some hidden gems like Deana does every single time we have a show. I know you do.
I'm so excited.
I 100% need the energy to keep my festive spirit alive. And again, that's why I choose my good friends over at G Fuel. And if you guys want to get yourself some cans, some mixed drinks, some protein, whatever it is, you head over to gfuel.com and use the keyword or the code word press record. And you could probably also find the link, the affiliate link right here in the description that will automatically put in the code for you. Save yourself 20% and go get yourself some energy without the crash, with vitamins, antioxidants, perfect for these late night sessions that I have editing here when I have to edit so damn much, but I'm okay with it.
Cry about it.
I shouldn't. I should dry my tears with the money in my back pocket. So anyway.
Oh boy.
Stay jolly. Drink G Fuel. Code word, press record. Let's start the damn show, baby. Today, what you know what, Deana, you started jingling the ball, so go ahead and
the bell.
I mean the bell.
The ball.
Thinking.
Did you
Thinking
drink the G Fuel yet? Because I think you're like not fueling enough. I think
no, I have to crack the can open, which I am right now while you're talking, so
Wait,
I
do
can
some
get my focus.
ASMR.
Okay, ready, guys? Ready?
Yes.
This is some game changing energy. It's going to give me the focus I need to record this damn show with the Deana. I'll have the endurance to keep up with the Deana.
Unless I
And
fall off the wagon first.
and 100% boost my mood. Here we go.
Oh, wow. Your mic picked it up good. Yeah, I don't think my mic does it that well. That sounded good.
Whoa.
That sounded good. Let's talk about your mic. Can you what's going on? I need that mic.
Shout out to BEACN if you guys are podcasters, or if you guys, this show's just full of ads. So if you guys,
You're welcome.
if you guys want to sound as good as I do right now, make sure you go to beacn.com. That's BEACN.com. I've been working very, very close with them, trying out all of their new products, their new technology, all their new software. So right now they are kind of like early in the game with the way that they're creating these microphones to sound as good as they sound. They are not expensive. They're not going to hit you over the head. So yeah, so just go over there. I don't have a keyword or nothing for that. I just work alongside with them, and I love their software is so intuitive and so friendly for someone like me who uses like 16 PCs and Macs at once. I can connect everything to it, and Deana will soon enough be sounding this pretty as well. So. For all of her stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, but the mic did pick it up well. Damn,
Yeah,
I gotta
heard
send them this clip. I'm gonna send them this clip because they're gonna like that. That sounded really good.
Yeah, it was like movie quality.
That was my God. All right, Deana. Now that we got 17 sponsors out of the way,
thanks.
Tell us what we are watching today.
So we are diving into the Polar Express.
Choo choo.
And I will say I have a deeper connection because we did take the kids on the Polar Express experience last year. And I'm not going to lie. Like when Santa came out, I was getting emotional, like legit.
Really?
Yes. Because it's like, this is a movie that you watch with your kids and you see the magic through your kids, and seeing them on the train. Like, you know, obviously if you can experience it, I would say do it. We only did it once because it is a little pricey. It's a little expensive. But to do it with your kids and know the story behind it. So like we read the book before we went on the train, and then we went on the train. And then you just like relive it. So it's like you're almost in the book, in the movie. And then then I saw Santa, like this is when I got teary eyed, and I recorded this. Santa leaned down to talk to my son over like the chair and ask him what he wanted for Christmas. And I'm like, oh my God, stop. Like, and I'm like, mom moment.
Is it the one that I'm thinking about up in,
it was
right there in Jersey.
Whippany. I think it was Whippany.
Whippany, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. That's the one I did as well. They have like the Christmas shop outside the tent that you can walk into.
Yeah.
It is
people. Holy moly.
Is as legit as it comes. The shout out to the performers. I became friends with one of the performers on there. They actually when they're not doing the Polar Express, they're actually in New York doing shows like Broadway and stuff like that. So it's pretty dope. They are legit as they come.
Their schedule doesn't stop. Like
their schedule does not stop.
So I said to one of them, like, hey, like, you know, like someone my age can audition to do this. Like, I'm thinking like it's a side gig. No, like legit their schedule when they're not performing on the train, they're at rehearsals. And I was like, oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, it is their life 24/7.
That's so cool.
Yeah, which is cool. Like I said before, I spoke to one and I happened to like become friends with them on Instagram, and I kept on seeing like what they were doing throughout the year, and I was very impressed, extremely impressed by it, which was really cool. So like you mentioned, the Polar Express is, again, it's an oldie but a goodie. It's right straight out of the book. The film, it's an iconic Christmas film. I think I wrote down here on my notes because that's what I felt when I was watching it. Definitely gets you into holiday spirit if you're one of those people like myself who just love Santa and the story behind it. This film released on November 10th, 2004, Deana.
That's not too, that's long.
We are celebrating 20 years of the Polar Express as we are recording this. We're on the ball, Deana. Every film that we have like spoken about has had some great impact in a lot of people's lives because they're Christmas addicts like myself, or it's just, 20-year anniversary. The movie has become a Christmas classic for many. It was directed by Robert Zemeckis.
I have to look at it. I can't say it if I don't look at it. Hold on. Zemeckis. Okay. Zemeckis, yeah.
Yeah, it was based on the 1985 children's book. The film was pioneering in the fact that it used motion capture technology, which now we see every single day in every single film that comes out. And if you guys want a quick rundown before we get right into it, it's a story of a young boy who doubts Santa Claus, but he embarks on a magical train ride to the North Pole that helps him believe again. The film was produced by Castle Rock Entertainment in association with Playstone and this reminds me, and later on in the year, we're going to be talking about A Charlie Brown Christmas. Yeah. And it kind of now it has the same parallels. In A Charlie Brown Christmas, he's trying to find the meaning of the Christmas. He's trying to find that, why don't I feel the spirit? And there's this little kid in this film is more or less like, hey, I don't know if Santa's real. Like, I'm not feeling it right now. With that being said, Deana, how do you feel about the film overall? Let's start. I like starting off with that.
I think they did such a good job, obviously, too. Tom Hanks. I mean, come on. Like, Tom Hanks. And the way it starts is how it should start, right? So he's getting ready for bed. He goes downstairs, thinks he sees Santa Claus. This is his dad putting his sister down. He overhears them. And then it's like this whole skeptical moment of there's no presents under the tree. I don't hear Santa yet. And then that's when like immediately the magic hits. And I think it takes you through, it's almost like a Willy Wonka Christmas story, if you will, because they go to like the different parts. Like they're in the toy room and then they end up in Santa's toy satchel. They get to see like where the toys are coming from. So it's like literally I get Willy Wonka vibes. Well, no, not Willy Wonka vibes, but like it's that.
It has the same concept, I think.
Yeah, it brings you through. And it kind of makes sense because what's his name? Chris, I was just looking at him. Van Allsburg, who is the author. Yeah. His Jumanji was also his book. So his book Jumanji also became animated. So I think this is similar with him.
I like the film. It took me a while. Yeah, I read the book years ago. Obviously, when we went on that Polar Express thing, I kind of went and I picked up the book, a newer version, obviously, because mine was all beat up. So I actually just picked up the book there because I was just like, mine's just broken to pieces. Yeah. So I have it. I own it. Spanking new.
I could have spit my tea all over, honestly.
That's not a problem. Just spit it up. I think people need a good laugh.
I'm wasting my tea.
Sorry. Don't waste the tea. God, it was a difficult watch at first because I was just like, God, this animation is rough.
Okay.
I obviously love the story, but visually I was just like, I guess I'll go with the flow. It was new, to be using mocap like that and to kind of just like be bringing out this story the way it did. But it was done so well.
It's captivating.
It wasn't cheesy. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too little. It was just in between. And I know Tom Hanks also helped out with a lot of the mocap for different characters.
So good. He's
and
so
stuff
good.
like that. Tom Hanks has just a way of bringing characters to life. I mean, my first film that I ever watched him on was Forrest Gump. And,
God, you always forget about that.
Yeah. So throughout the years, it's just like He's done so many films. He's done so many other things throughout the years. I mean, he cast away. And this man always has a problem with staying places. The other one where he's at the airport, he lives in the airport. There's just he's done so many great movies, and for me to see him in this one, and I don't know if he was like, I don't know if I want to do a children's thing or not, but God, he killed it. He knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
He really did. And even though I knew I was watching him through animation, I felt it. I felt what he was saying. I felt like you can see the little twinkle in the eyes as he's talking down to the kids and like letting them know, like, do you really believe? You know?
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was cool. Did you feel the same way about like how did you feel about the visuals of it? I know you said the story is really great, but how did you feel? It was all right. It was just good. Like anything indifferent?
So on first watch, and I think there was like a couple people who also like other people who watched it, whether they're other producers or networks, they said it was creepy. I'm not going to say it's creepy, but I think because the animation and what was in IMAX, right? So it was just like released in IMAX. It seemed like too real, like a cartoon came to life. I don't know that makes sense, but it seemed so realistic. Yeah. And I don't know. I felt it was like an emotional Christmas movie for me.
Did you watch it back then or like when it first came out, or did you wait?
Not when it first came out. Okay. I think it wasn't until I think it wasn't until I had kids.
I mean, yeah. I mean, would you?
I always read the book, though. No, I always read the book. The book was a must. The reason why I always read the book is my aunt, who lives in Florida, knew the author, and one of the silhouettes on the train was like her silhouette of her. So there's like it's like, okay, it's your silhouette, but still, like, that's a cool thing. Like, the author, like, like it's a big deal.
That's still pretty cool. Now, you were talking about like its initial reception and stuff like that of the film. I do have here that despite its groundbreaking technology at the time, the film initially got a mixed reception. Critics were divided by the effect of the film, the somewhat lifeless look of a lot of the animated characters. I know I spoke about the twinkle in the eye, but that was something when you saw the characters come closer to each other, as opposed to like just seeing them talking and moving around like in the screen.
They kind of look smudgy.
Yes, but again, this was early motion caption technology. I think people just need to tone it back a little bit. Many did praise its faithful adaptation of the book. And again, it's very emotional, just like you said. At the box office, they grossed
365 or 365.
They grossed 314 million worldwide.
Oh, okay.
On a $165 million budget. So they made their money back. It later became a financial success. It came out on obviously the home media. Everyone got it. And you said IMAX screenings. Those IMAX screenings boosted its revenue significantly, especially during the holiday re-releases over the years. People put it back in the theaters. That's a big thing now. Right now, for Halloween, we saw a bunch of films from Disney be put right back on screen.
Was it Beetlejuice went back into? No, what just went back into the theater?
Yeah, so Beetlejuice went back into theaters. Like Batman went back into the theaters. Okay. Which one is the was Zero? A Nightmare Before Christmas went back into the theaters. Yeah, so.
Well, it's because if you think about it, a lot of new movies and productions are cutting the cost and going straight to Netflix or going to this, these streaming. They're not going to the movie theater where, you're not filling up the theater anymore. So
it sucks. It sucks because that's like a lifeblood of a lot of the entertainment industry. Are you still a big moviegoer? Do you like going to watch films in the movies? Can you tell me the last film you went to go see? By the way, that was pretty jolly. This is what we like to do here. We go off on tangents.
Yeah. I think we need a shirt that says that was pretty jolly. #tangents.
Yeah, we should.
The Tangent Podcast. Oh, that's a good one. The Tangent Podcast.
That was pretty tangent.
That was pretty tangent. It has to be. That was pretty tangible. Tangible. That was
pretty tangible. Yeah, that was pretty tangible. I can't even say the word. That was pretty tangible.
Tangible. Whatever.
Tangible.
I honestly think so because it's hard with little kids to go to the movie theater, so we haven't been. I think the last movie, oh my God, was not Despicable Me, but when they had the Minion movie came out. And I
The
think
Minions.
honestly, it was just James and I in the movie theater. Nobody else was in there
Wow.
'cause it was like no one was going to the theaters. Was that
You don't know what
2017,
yeah.
16?
Yeah.
Wow.
2017. Wow, that's a long time
I
ago.
haven't been just because it's like the kids are too little. Like they're not, listen, we we bought Despicable Me 4 and we're
Sure.
like, all right, let's test this out. If they're sitting really well, we'll go to the theater. My son the whole time, what's gonna happen? What are they doing? What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm like, forget it. No, too soon. Too
Um,
soon.
I think that I watched all of the Marvel films that were coming up until to like 2018. Then obviously everything else went down the drain with 2020
COVID.
happening, yeah,
Yeah.
and everything. So I think the first film I saw back in theaters after everything went down was the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle animated film that came
Course you
out. I
did.
had to go see that,
Dork.
and then I went to go see Deadpool Wolverine. Um,
Mm.
so that one was extremely good, especially by the way, once it hits the with Disney Plus, that movie's going to do so well as there. Dina, do you have anything about the behind the scenes? I know
My
you
God.
usually like
Are
to
you ready for this? Okay.
dive deep. Let's go.
So Post-its, if you're listening, I would like you to sponsor me because every time I put
That
together
was pretty posted.
that was pretty Post-it. Every time I put together my show notes, they're always on a Post-it. I've been doing this since I started my podcast 5 years ago. So
5 years ago.
hashtag sponsor me.
Who helped you and pushed you to start this podcasting
My mom.
venture almost 300
My
episodes ago?
mom.
Oh, it was your mom. Okay.
My mom.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you, mom.
Mofo. Anyway, so so when the movie starts, okay, they're getting, he gets on the train eventually, and then they stop at another location, and the kids are like really shocked, like I didn't know there was another stop, and you'll hear Tom Hanks, the conductor, he calls out an address, and it's funny because it's actually the director's home address from where he used to live. So he likes to throw a lot of moments into the movie from his life. So the address is called, and that was his home address. He also throws a shout out to a scene where to Steven Spielberg, because when they're going over like the naughty and nice list or whatever it
Mhm.
is, he's like something along the lines like, yeah, Steven's on the naughty list. And it was
Oh
basically
my
my friend
God.
Steven from New Jersey. It was Steven Spielberg, and he's on the naughty list. So he throws a lot of his friends, family moments like that into the film just for that like haha moment kind of thing.
That's actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Then this is the ultimate one. This one I found so cool. So we talked about in Nightmare Before Christmas, like hidden gems, right? Like in Beetlejuice, you can see the very first Jack Skellington on the hat when he comes up between there. So when they're in the toy room, is it the toy room? Yes. So when they're in the toy train part of the train,
Mhm.
if you pause it and look over to the right corner, you can see Buzz and Woody sitting on
Jesus
in the corner.
Christ. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
2004. Now they're notorious.
Oh, they always do this. They always throw
Notorious.
stuff in there. And then supposedly there's the number they use, like it's like 4-1- whatever or something like that.
Yeah.
That's on the left side in the toy train.
Wow.
I was like scrolling, and I always like looking up fun facts, and I was like, oh, yes.
That was pretty cool.
I have to drink tea now.
Go drink your tea. I also have a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. I don't know if you knew this, Dina.
I know everything.
You do know everything. You're right. I don't want to go. I'm going to just skip this part. Let's see. Where do I go here on my write up? Did you know that they had to digitally shrink Tom Hanks for his role as the boy?
What do you mean?
So using digital effects, obviously, because it's digitized, they
Right.
made him much smaller while maintaining his like mannerisms. This was a creative decision by the director to ensure a more unified performance across multiple roles. So all they did was take his character and shrink him. They didn't like reface him or nothing. I think they
Oh.
took off the stash. because
I
he has a
mean,
mustache.
yeah, I hope so.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, because how many roles did he have in the film?
Yes, he had plentiful of roles.
He was really busy.
He was, yeah. This
Was it?
man,
Blah, blah, blah. Let's look.
this man took this film on his back. Let's just tell everyone that, and also Tom Hanks. Remember when he was stuck in during COVID in Australia? Remember that? And then him and his wife
No.
caught
Oh,
COVID.
that's right. That's
Yeah,
right. I
I
feel like they
love.
were the first celebs to come out
They
and
were,
say they
yeah.
had COVID. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I love like your facial expressions after like I bring something back. You're like, oh, you are so right. Oh my god.
Okay. So he was the hero boy, which is the kid in the beginning, because that kid
Yes.
never gets a name.
Yep.
The father, the conductor, the hobo, Scrooge, and Santa Claus. Tom Hanks once considered playing every role in Polar Express, but later reduced that number to a mere 7.
There it is.
Oh my God. That's insane.
There it is. Yeah. I think the whole film had a lot of great symbolism. The music and the atmosphere was really good. I like.
I get Harry Potter vibes with the
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
So when they're on the train, that song, I'm like, wait, is this Harry Potter? Like it just had that Harry Potter, obviously the train, fine. But like the music and everything, I was like, ooh, this is good.
I mean, if you guys haven't watched it and you're listening to this, you know, we don't, and I said this before in episode 1, 2, and probably 3, 4. We
Every
don't like,
single one.
we don't do the breakdowns. We kind of just like, we're vibing.
Chatting.
We're vibing. She's having her tea. I'm having my G Fuel. You know, we're hanging out and we're just like sitting around a fireplace, and we're hoping that we bring you into it and jog some of your memory. And I'm hoping that while you're sitting there listening to us, you're also kind of just like talking along with us and bringing in your memories of these films. I did mention a little bit of the theme and the symbolism of it. The themes of faith, belief, and wonder are the core of the film. For example, Deana, you rung it. Can you tell us a little bit about that bell and what is the symbolism behind that bell?
So the whole point of the bell, and they embody this so well in the book, in the movie, and on the train, is that if you don't believe or you don't have that magical moment, the faith, you don't hear the bell. The bell
Right.
is to symbolize, you know, that you believe in Santa, that you know, actually have like that spot in your heart.
Yes.
Because at the end, when the hero boy gets to pick the very first Christmas present, he chooses the reindeer bell off of Santa's sleigh.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like obviously he loses it, but gets it back, whatever. I think I almost lost mine on the train, and I like was like this, I'm going to cry about this.
Oh my God. You're literally living the film.
Yes, but I will tell you in a hot second why I almost lost it. It's going to get good. We're going to make this a great episode. Give me a second.
Oh, let's go.
But it's like, if you don't, it's like anything in life, right? If you put your blinders up, if you don't believe in stuff, if you're just like, whatever, like if you're someone who doesn't manifest, and everyone is a manifester, don't tell me you're not. Whether you put the things on the visual board or whether you're like, I'm going to do this, you're manifesting. So the people who don't believe in themselves and they just don't ever put the effort into it, those are the people that you don't hear things in life because you're missing it, because you're such a crotchety person. But for the people who strongly believe in everything and anything and just take a chance, you hear that bell. You hear when someone's like, hey, come here.
Yeah.
Come into the white van. No, don't go into the white van.
Oh, shoot. Wait, that took a big turn there.
Okay, but wait.
That was pretty awkward.
Let me tell you why I almost lost my bell.
Boys and girls do not walk into any van at all.
No,
white,
don't.
black, green.
All right. Do you want to know why I almost lost the bell?
Yeah, go ahead. I would love to.
This is a disclaimer too.
Oh boy, here we go.
We get on the train, and sitting in front of me and my daughter, because we got the third row. I was on there so these launched in June. I was on there the minute they launched.
Nice.
So there's 2 little kids sitting in front of me, and I'm already like, where are the parents? Where are the parents? The parents are sitting in the front row. They're in the front row. So their child is bouncing around, bouncing around, bouncing around. You know, we get the bells, and I'm like, I'm going to get hit with this. I know it. I'm going to get hit with this. So the kids keep turning around, they're bouncing. And I'm not like, it's like when you're on an airplane and the kid turns around, you want to be like, shut up. Like, like this is supposed to be a Christmas train. I'm trying to be jolly. The kid friggin' is going like this, flings it. It hits me right in the forehead. It hurt like hell. Like, listen, this is not just like a fake jingle bell. This is like
it's not.
legit.
It's heavy.
This is the real bell. So this and now I was pissed off because if this hit my daughter, can you imagine?
Sure.
Like she was tiny. So I drop my bell. It starts rolling around the train. And I'm like, I just don't care at this point. And then the mom's like, tell her you're sorry. And I look at the mom and I think like mom had like a drink or two before she went on the train. I wanted to be like, you're telling your little kid to tell me you're sorry? Like Santa's watching. Santa's watching you right now. He's on the other like car, but he's, damn it. Sorry, I had to tell this story. I had like a freaking well on my forehead. Wasn't a great Polar Express experience for me.
No, that was not a good Polar Express. And I'm sorry.
And it gets better. So then my daughter is bouncing around and spills her hot chocolate all over me.
Oh.
Because we got the VIP car where you get the cookie and the hot chocolate.
The cookie and the hot chocolate.
Yeah. No, it was on my lap. So I believe in Santa. I heard the bell. They clipped my ticket.
They clipped the ticket.
But besides the kid and the mom and the hot chocolate, I could have done without that all.
Well, that was not pretty jolly for you.
Just prepare yourself. I'm going to be honest. I should have brought like a mug, like a travel mug. I did not know I know you got the hot chocolate, but I didn't know it was going to come like that.
Yeah.
So.
They just pass it around.
Yeah, and they're quick with it because they're singing and they're dancing and they're jigging.
Yep.
And it's like, here's some hot chocolate. Don't spill it on yourself.
They're giving you the cookie and telling you to get the hell off in like 10 minutes or less.
No, it wasn't 10 minutes.
I know, I'm kidding.
Enough.
Let's give our personal thoughts here. Does the Polar Express do you still hold up after all these years? 20 years in the making. I mean, November 10th, it'll be 20 years.
What do you mean, does it still hold up? Like, is it a classic?
Like, do you think that the story in film mode, they haven't redone it? I don't think I have seen anything where
I don't think they should.
They haven't like retouched it or re-released it and added things or taken away things or fixed the animation. Nothing. I think that this has been it.
Yeah, I don't think they should. I think they should leave it as it is.
Right.
There's something about. It's like when people like books. Like I love the smell of a book. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
sure.
I like library books.
That. Yeah, I do the same thing with comic books.
Are you done?
There's something good about freaking classic comics, man. You open up those 90s pages. Go ahead.
Just making sure there's nothing else you want to share about a comic book.
No, you're good.
That was pretty waste of time. Anyway, can't get those minutes back. No, there's just something about a good classic movie to appreciate. I just, like I know kids today are all into these animations and these like high def, but there's something about a throwback that you just look at and you watch and it's just so good. I don't know. Yeah. And it captures the truth, the reality of everything. And I love those movies. Like I am an old soul. I'm a very old soul. I don't think my age of 25 matches like my old soul age.
That literally, if you guys are, that made me laugh out loud in real life.
Why?
I lolled. Could this story have worked just as well in live action, or does the animated style add to like the magical nature of the film?
That would be hard to do though. Because it embodies like a train, though. Like, that the train is one of the main characters. Like,
sure.
Steam locomotives, that's like a big part of it, the history of it.
I'm glad you said that because the train itself is symbolic. It represents a huge journey of like self-discovery where the boy faces doubts and fears, but eventually learns to trust in what he can't always see.
Is it very like scary?
See. That's for another podcast.
No, yeah, it's not ours. We can't talk about that.
We like to ask sometimes, not all the time, but we like to ask in different episodes, would you think that something like this could happen in real life? Obviously, like magic trains don't exist, but the idea of rekindling belief in something magical, whether it's the spirit of Christmas or whatever it is that you believe in.
It is real life. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm not kidding you when I tell you when I went on the train, and I know like it wasn't like the ho-ho man himself. Like he's up there, he's working. But I'm not kidding you. At the age of 25, I got rolling
anymore.
Like I'm not, when the train pulled up, because it pulls up in slow motion. And then when you board the train, and then once it starts, everything made Christmas that much more real.
And when
that much more real.
All aboard! You kind of are like, oh my God.
Well, and then it's like the woo, like it's so loud. That made everything so real. Like,
did it make you feel pretty jolly?
Yes. Like it was
amazing.
This, like, I'm not kidding. Like, this was the ultimate Christmas experience. I've done, Rockefeller Center, ice skating at Rockefeller Center. I've done all that stuff. You go see Santa Claus, but this is the one experience. And again, I don't know if it's because being a mom and experiencing with my kids, but it just made me realize, holy crap, like this is what it's about. Like, experiencing things like this, being with family, seeing the ho-ho-ho man. Like, I love that guy.
Ho-ho-ho. Feeling rosy and cheeky like I am right now. I got rosy cheeks. It's not makeup.
You wear makeup. You got your eyeliner on tonight?
I'm feeling kind of emo. Cause tonight will be the... No, I'm going to stop.
Okay.
The
numbers you feel for you.
It works.
Yeah. Do you want to chill out over there? I'm like, I feel like I'm like going like this. And you're like,
there's no way to chill, man. We need to keep the audience engaged. The Polar Express is a unique film that has earned its place, like you just mentioned before, in like the top 10 films, maybe? Do you feel like it's a top 10 film? By the way, at the end of the season, I'm going to ask you to like rank all 12 films. So you better be ready for that.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah, because I'm thinking about all the ones that we have on our list, and I'm definitely putting it in my top 10.
Like Bad Santa. That's a top. That's a top fiver.
No, it's not.
The combination
it's a toilet flusher
of cutting edge technology, heartwarming story, like you mentioned so well, the memorable characters. It's a Christmas film, which just.
I cried. I told you I was the greatest
time of the film. I honestly, I believe you.
I'm gonna have to share it with you because I have photos on here from 1912. I am not kidding. I was freaking crying.
Listen, though the film wasn't without its flaws, particularly because of its animation style that they decided to go with. It still left a lasting impact. That's undeniable. So. Pretty much, if you're feeling like you're losing a bit of that Christmas spirit, I think the Polar Express is a perfect way to kind of reignite that. Feel that childlike wonder that we all kind of need sometimes, because I feel like we are too deep into our bills and getting to work and getting stuck in traffic and having to feed yourself and.
What are you, breastfeeding? Have to feed? Honestly.
Life sometimes is just too crazy. And we're only getting older, and we sometimes have to, pull it back a little bit, stop that Polar Express train, slow it down, and really enjoy life, because in a blink of an eye.
I know.
Give me your candy canes. Any specific flavor for this one? Are we going traditional?
Yeah.
We're going Jolly Rancher?
Get out of here. Listen to me.
Jolly Rancher's candy canes are delicious.
We're talking about a classic movie that deserves classic taste. Calm down over there. Okay?
Licorice.
Do me a favor. Put it down. Put it down. No. I'm going to have a dump button, put it down.
Go ahead. I'm not going to say that. Go ahead.
So I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this one because obviously you know my top faves.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is such a goodie too because it's classic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like classics deserve a lot of candy canes.
But
Like,
we can only give it 5.
What if I wanted to break the scale?
I mean, you can do whatever you want. Would you like to? So you can actually, okay. If you want to break the scale, which is something weird because we haven't done that in any film yet, which if that was the thought process, I would have done that with like Elf.
No.
You can say, I'm going to give it a candy cane explosion. There's no set limit. You just know it's a lot.
Yeah.
So do you want to go with 5 or do you want to go with the explosion?
Yeah, we're gonna explode on this one.
Oh, Jesus, Deana, you made that is the perfect expression for this.
I'm not kidding. Like the fact that I cried and Deana, can I tell you why? Listen.
Let me run it down. Deana cried.
Wait, listen.
Deana got hot chocolated. Deana got hit with a ball in the head.
Chocolate, was it chocolate wasted?
You're
I got chocolate. I got hot chocolate. I got belled to the face.
Belled.
I got hot chocolate belled. Cried. Yeah. Here's why. It's a book. And the fact that they can take a book and still captivate that same emotion in the book and bring it to life and then create an experience on it. Yeah. Where there's like literally candy cans floating all around. Like we're all
like that. We got that. I give it 5 candy canes. I thought it was done very well. I don't give a crap about like the animation and the style and stuff like that. It was a heartwarming story. It made me feel something. It made me think about my kids. Bethany was only 1 at the time when this film came out. And Brianna was she just has turned 4. So great film. And it just brings me back to them and what I was doing with them as a single dad and taking care of them all the time. So it's definitely brings me back to it. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm glad we went over this one. We kind of went back and forth on like, oh, which ones should we go to? The Polar Express. How can we?
You have to. I know it's not like a funny haha and there wasn't a lot of tangent moments here, but I feel like you have to throw the classics in there. You have to. And
talking about classics, do you want to know what we're going to be going over next week, Deana?
I don't even know.
Because Deana doesn't know and doesn't follow the schedule because she has a way, way tough life. I
have a busy schedule. I have another I have 2 other podcasts.
I know. We'll get to that next week. We're going to be talking about... Listen, I'm pretty busy myself.
Pretty busy doing what?
Do you really want me to go down that?
Drinking your G Fuel?
No, well, I need it for everything that I be doing.
When this podcast ends, because he can't control himself, he's going to be spinning around in circles in his chair.
We're going to go watch Jingle all the way.
Oh yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get down again.
Get Jesus Christ. Get hyped for Jingle all the way, Deana.
Is that 94? 1994?
1996.
96? Okay. Not bad. 2 years.
Not bad. Yeah. You were 2 years old.
No. No. Was I born yet?
Yeah. 25 years would have been 95.
Okay.
94, 95, okay. Yeah.
I don't do math.
I don't either.
I just count money. That's my math.
I guess. And even that.
Pennies.
Even that I just now don't even see any of it. But go ahead.
What are we doing?
Oh my God.
You said go ahead.
G Fuel. I'm going to give you her address.
I know. I can't drink caffeine. You know this.
Sip it. You can sip a little bit.
No, it actually is not good for my I could have a little bit, but I can't have large amounts. It's not good.
Right. So you can have a sip.
I'll turn it into a gummy and then I'll have G Fuel gummies.
I'll give you like a dropper.
Am I a bird?
No, like when the kids are sick, the babies, you give them a dropper. Where other people can find you. Tell the people where they can find you, Deana. Go ahead.
Oh my God. That was, here comes the tangents. That's what it is. Late night recording gives you tangents. Anywho, so it's all about me right now.
Oh, jeez.
You can find me in multiple places, but my home base is thequeenbuzz.com. It's thequeenbuzz.com. on that Instagram page, there are so many fun things. It's just me, and me. Also, you can find me. I have another podcast. It's called 4.0 Life that is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen in, and on patreon.com/servantspill with me and Christina, who actually you're going to meet later on That Was Pretty Jolly.
On a special showing of a Christmas, Charlie Brown Christmas. I messed that all up. Oh, Charlie Brown. And that's coming towards the end of the year. But you can find me by going to alexiscardoza.com. You can also follow the podcast here on the Gegghead YouTube channel. Gegghead.
Say that again.
What?
Say it again really fast.
Gegghead.
It's hard. It's G.
Can you do it?
Gegghead. I did it. It should be like a song. Gegghead.com.
Oh God.
Gegghead.com. Do they need a singer? Like a tag?
No,
do it.
We definitely don't need a singer.
I could do it.
Leave us some comments. Leave us a like, please. We would really appreciate it. And also on the podcast, leave us some reviews. Rate us 5 stars because that brings us up in the algorithm, especially for Christmas. Like this pod should be number 1 immediately.
Well, you know what they're going to say. We're going to have the people who absolutely love my mannerisms. And then you're going to be like, she's so annoying. Good. Keep listening. Keep watching.
You guys can tell me personally if she's annoying. You can DM me on the IG.
Guess what?
So that we can turn up the annoyance.
Yeah. It's going to go up more. We're going to do accents next time. It's going to be a good time.
AlexisCardoza.com. ThatWasPrettyJolly.com. TheQueenBuzz.com. That's
DeanaIsAnnoying.com.
Deana is, and I just bought that, by the way, while we were sitting here. Thank you all for listening, watching, and remember to stay jolly.
Ho, ho, ho.